So Pluto, the modern day ruler of Scorpio, is a symbol of an intense emotional spirit that can be as unstable as this planet's eccentric astrological character. Pluto has this odd orbital nature which causes the planet to spend anywhere from 12 to 31 years in a sign. It's slowly and utterly penetrating the essence of a sign's most positive and negative potentials. It takes Pluto roughly 248 years to orbit the Sun, and it is the farthest planet known to us humans at this time. But because Pluto is a strange planet, since 1969, it has been orbiting closer to the Sun than Neptune, and that continued until 2009 when Pluto began again to sit in the throne as the farthest planet known to us. Before Pluto was the ruler of Scorpio, Mars was considered to be the 8th house planet and was assigned rulership of Scorpio. And just a side note, Pluto is a small planet, and that's why they try to dethrone it as a planet. And it's also smaller than the moon. Pluto can symbolize an individual with the charisma and personal power of such a person like Martin Luther King or Mahatma Gandhi. These two acted as a collective voice or channel for the masses or collective of people, leading them into an organized, powerful movement. But there are other collective leaders or mass collective leaders, such as Adolf Hitler, who abuse their power. Pluto has a transpersonal or collective significance, which makes its meaning for entire generations of people very important. Pluto's movement through the signs leaves a legacy that must be integrated with its movement through the next sign it travels to. But overall, Pluto's presence in the horoscope indicates an individual's responsibility to themselves and to others and to use their personal power wisely. We should not fear a sense of power, but on the other hand, we should not wield power over others, whether through manipulation, pressuring, or all-out force. Another symbolism for Pluto is sexual abuse or the pitfalls and darkness of undisciplined and dangerous power urges, such as the member of criminal undergrounds or underworlds. The mythological association for Pluto is the Greek god of the underworld, Hades, or the Roman Dis. Hades was the Greek name for hell and can signify an individual's favorite way of paving his gateway to misery. But Pluto can also signify complete psychological transformations that require much effort and lead to greater self-knowledge. And to note, true and authentic personal power is very illuminating, does not need to coerce, manipulate, beg, borrow, or steal. The house that Pluto sits in is a strong clue to the basic attitudes or habitual patterns a person would choose to act out rather unconsciously in times of danger or threat to emotional security and personal power. This unconscious habit can be instinctual, compulsive, forceful behavior, and sometimes it must be if the individual is to move ahead in life. The misuse of personal power can lead to bizarre and destructive behavior, which is associated with Pluto, and this could be rape, murder, absolute power, dogmatism, extreme emotional isolation, and so on. And since the second house is opposed the 8th, the second house emphasizes personal resources, while the 8th house focuses upon collective resources, and this is whether it is goods and resources of 2 or 200 million. And Pluto symbolism describes the presence of a bipolar instincts, meaning on an individual and collective level. Controlling of your emotional intensity and bonding instincts is the basis of personal power. But collective growth reflects the power of a society and culture. So Pluto is considered the higher octave of Mars, and the Mars is the previous ruler of Scorpio. Martian symbolism encompasses a conscious urge to assert oneself with anger, sexual energy, or direct force, while Pluto is symbolic of emotional force with tremendous unconscious content that many people have difficulty contacting with clarity. You have to be honest with yourself in regarding the themes of Pluto, and you must have a fondness for compulsive power urges, which takes a lot of soul searching. Many of us have internal closets of well-kept secrets to clean, whether through visits to a conscious healer or self-disclosure to someone who is completely trusted. Mars does symbolize the first and basic mode of conscious assertion to fulfill our needs, while Pluto symbolizes hidden or secret motives that often surface only when induced by the apparent safety of a situation, and sometimes only when provoked by confrontation from a psychological healer. Some of us never feel safe, as our personal power completely surrenders and enslaved to compulsive unconscious forces. The positive expression of Pluto is taking responsibility for your own sense of personal power and not leaning too heavily on others in an over-dependent manner. Another is the willingness to risk releasing repressed emotional energies, which further illuminates consciousness and which enables you to enjoy a sense of personal transformation and emotional freedom. Using your personal power in a balanced manner is another positive expression of Pluto, which inspires others to tap into their own inner strength. Using your intensity or your emotional intensity in a constructive manner and enjoying emotional closeness within a relationship bonded by mutual respect and trust is another positive expression of Pluto. And you can allow yourself the freedom to free associate, the courage to transcend worn out roles, and to explore a most spontaneous emotional expression. The negative aspects of Pluto includes manipulating others, forcing them to do actions against their will, as in limiting their freedom through physical or mental and emotional abuse. Another negative aspect is excessive or compulsive attachment to privacy, which leads to lack of trust in relating to others. There is a vindictiveness and jealous nature which can indicate blocked Pluto themes, as does dishonesty within yourself. A confused or insecure sexual identity can also lead to problems in intimate relationships with others. If you have an inability to release the past through forgiveness or grieving through a painful emotional loss, this can also be a pitfall for you. But one of the deadliest and negative Pluto expression is a surrender to unconscious or shadow forces that lead to a life of senseless or meaningless actions and uncontrollable appetites. And that's it. There you have it. That's all about Pluto. Make sure you like and follow. I'll touch briefly on Scorpio, and then I'll go to the games that happens in the 8th house, etc.